the epic, the average gamers.
And we're back.
Hello, it's time to go dress up like a woman.
So-
I have everything.
So, Danny Boy,
Hello, 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 hello.
music development.
Hello, hello.
Music development.
Hello.
Music
Hello.
development. So yeah, porno. You'd develop the. Kind of, you go for the generic track, but what about the other mediums?
Okay, so like then for games, you just need something to fill that thing. Like this right now is like a kind of reggae beat.
Yeah.
To me, this makes no sense. Why would you put reggae music here now?
Because we're in a... It's kind of like this area's equivalent of the red light district.
Yeah, but like when you think of red light district, do you think of reggae music?
Yeah.
I think that's incredibly racist, Stevie. So I don't think you should ever get another job again.
But then, like with the movie scene, there's so many different aspects that you need to consider. And
would you, if you were developing for, let's say like there was no limit to what instruments and orchestras you get hold of, do you think there's any kind of composers you'd liken your style to, or like the things you admire most? Because like you look at like someone like,
just going to point out, I am a woman.
you are a woman, yeah. Yeah, you are a woman.
oh, and you're a woman in the game too.
I walked face first into that one.
Yes. I know the game so well I didn't even think of that joke. But if you think about like someone like Danny Elfman, or you think of Hans Zimmer, John Williams, they've all got a very specific style which you can always you can pinpoint them. You can see like that's definitely a Danny Elfman track, or that's definitely a Hans Zimmer track.
Oh yeah, like Hans Zimmer just from like.
Yeah, I mean like you just. I mean the funny thing is like I remember like Kevin Smith was talking about Batman, and he was talking about how the any Batman movie you can kind of almost hum the tune for any Batman movie, but you think of Hans Zimmer, all you can kind of get from it is go. That's about as far as you can stretch it.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, what I didn't even realize as well is that he did alongside. Well, everyone knows the Lion King for like Elton John.
Yeah,
Hans Zimmer did Lion King.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Dan. Look at the room I'm about to go into.
Okay, looking. What the fuck?
Hello, sex dungeon.
What?
I really.
And you got into gaming because of this?
And to be fair,
Yes!
You dress up like a woman and there's a sex dungeon.
Yes!
if my
Anus? Nice to meet you, I'm Bullbag.
in all fairness, if my girlfriend had let me have this way, you'd be sitting in a very different room than this game room right now.
I'll be sitting in a sex wang.
Still playing the same games. But you'd have very different restraints from what you have right now.
Yeah. But there's the film Inception. There's this like piece of music which yeah, that always gets me. No, I can't remember. I don't know if it has like a specific title, but I downloaded it and I can't remember what it's called, which is really bad. But it's just this really uplifting kind of like gets you right in the penis. And it's just the beautiful piece of music.
Mm-hmm.
And like people use that for like inspirational like montages and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But that sort of thing you wouldn't get like game music for.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I think because games have become so much more cinematic that you can get that kind of thing. Especially if you look at like cinematic games, ones that really push the cinematic element quite early on, like the Metal Gear series, you get those kind of elements in it. Like you have like kind of the orchestrated parts at the beginning of the first like Metal Gear, which is I know a lot of people are thinking that sounds exactly like the track itself. It was almost like he played it. But yeah, I mean, I think they can still get that game.
See, but to me,
I don't want anus in danger.
I mean, like Spotify recently announced the fact that they've got so many game soundtracks on their things that people are listening to those game soundtracks because they are becoming increasingly popular in terms of the cinematic
I know for me,
style.
the Assassin's Creed music. That was
that's excellent.
Fucking fantastic.
Some of there's one song from. Did you ever play Assassin's Creed Revelations?
Yes.
It's when you light everything up in Greek fire in the dockyard and run through, and that scene comes in and it all just ends, and the music that they're playing for it has got like a woman singing in it, and all the all right.
Rich was hinting to Stevie to use the controller.
Yeah. And he can talk all his life, but he's made a dedication to play this game, so he's got to fucking play. Otherwise, he does get whipped.
But yeah, like that sort of stuff. But like to me, with this, like this kind of background music, they're doing it to fill something. They're not trying to make you.
Oh yeah,
connect.
Otherwise it would be really.
Yeah,
awkward.
I mean there is some truth in that, but I mean if you they remade most of these tracks for the Final Fantasy VII Advent Children film, which was the sequel to this game.
Yeah.
And it was I don't know how long it was, a 2-hour special thing they did, and they remade them, and they took the original tracks. I don't know what point I'm making anymore, but it is a fact regardless. They took the tracks and they remastered them instead of this kind of like 16-bit kind of style. They had it was fucking fantastic. Like one of the tracks that was one of the most famous ones is the track for Sephiroth, which you're yet to meet.
Yeah.
Is and it's called One Winged Angel, and I think I've sent you that track once before.
Possibly.
And it's this perfect combination because the composer believed, rightfully so, that metal music really follows the flow and structure of classical music.
Yeah, it does.
And he combined it very, very well with this. He combined metal with this kind of orchestra and with a choir, and it's one of the most fucking amazing tracks I've ever heard. And it's anyone who knows this series could point it out in a heartbeat if they heard it. And it is. I mean, I get that it's kind of filler because they didn't really record any voices in this. But, you know, if you look at Dirge of Cerberus, which is the kind of sort of sequel to this game, I think it was a sequel to Advent Children.
Yeah, it was set after Advent Children.
It was set after Advent Children. And they still had dialogue in it, but they still had a fantastic soundtrack with it. None of it recognisable, because I don't think they put
It had Gact.
Oh, yeah,
It had two
Gact.
songs from Gact.
Gact, yeah. Who is probably one of the sexiest Japanese men you'll ever see.
Yeah.
I think Stevie really agreed with that.
Yeah. Oh, love me a bit of Gact.
Yeah.
So much so.
We're currently threatening a man by chopping his dick off.
Okay.
Ah.
But if anyone know, like, if you've ever heard Game Grumps and Ego Raptor, Mr. Aaron, what's his name?
Hanson.
If you've ever heard his list of 5 men he would actually have sex with, Gact is on that top 5. Because he is a very handsome man.
See?
Mostly because he looks like a woman.
See, have you seen that Japanese band Versailles?
No.
Like, if they're all men,
Fuck you.
all men of the man variety, but they're dressed up as women.
Right?
To the point where you actually will think they are women. And I shared a picture of the Versailles band all kitted out to one of my friends. It's like, oh, that's so fucking hot. And I was like, dude, they're all blokes.
I find it funny, like,
hell.
there's this, like, sort of boy band, that's got what they call the Vamps, I think they're called, that's going around. But there is a Japanese, like, J-rock kind of band called Vamps. I find it funny, like, my manager was saying that he had to try and find tickets for his daughter for the band with the Vamps, saying, make sure you don't end up with the wrong band, because he might be a bit disappointed.
See, now this is famous music, this one.
This one, yeah. But, you know, I think the most famous track from Final Fantasy VII is beyond One Winged Angel. One Winged Angel, but Those Who Fight Further, which is the boss battle theme tunes.
I don't know, I'd say Jenova's pretty iconic as well.
I don't know, I think like, if you ever, I don't know, I think, I'm sticking with Those Who Fight Further.
Although now after
the Advent Children version did sound a bit different. It was still good, but it was like,
Oh, yeah,
how did it go? What was it like? No, I can't remember. How did it go?
What, the boss battle or the Jenova one?
No. The Those Who Fight Further, they remade it for Advent Children.
Yeah.
No, they made it really. They made it different. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember.
But yeah, anyway.
But it was different. But they, you know, it was still iconic. But still, I mean, what if you were to go for a particular style, old Danny, old boy? Who would you consider yourself close to? Like, who would go for? Do you think you'd go for the more traditional Hollywood style of old John Williams?
God, you are evil.
Who is still? Do you want a summarization of what old President Shinra is up to?
Oh, his plan is to destroy the support that's holding Sector 7 above ground off.
Yes.
Which will cause it to fall down and crush the Sector 7 slums, which is where Avalanche's hideout is. We will also kill everyone else in both the slums and Sector 7.
When we say the support, basically how it works is that there is the underground bit, which all the kind of poorer working class people work, and then there's the top plate where all the rich people and all the more financially successful people live. And he's planning to collapse the support for that top plate and allow it collapse down on Sector 7, where it's believed that all the terrorists of Avalanche live.
As you do.
Yeah.
Fucking evil. Fucking evil.
But yeah, which style, which composer do you feel has a direct influence on you? Do you think?
As like typecast as he is for the kind of like little fiddly bits and the durns, I would have to go Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer, actually.
Fuck these guys.
So even like his work with like Man of Steel and stuff like that, that really speaks to you. Okay. I mean, there are other really interesting composers I've seen around out there. I mean, like the work they did for The Last of Us is fucking fantastic. I know the composer had a special studio that he worked in that had XLR inputs all over the studio, including the toilet.
I would do that.
He had literally had XLR inputs next to the toilet. So if he had an idea, he had a guitar at the ready, he plugged it in, and even if he was sitting on the toilet taking a shit, he would then start playing.
Like, it's the same thing like Jimi Hendrix used to do. Like, no matter where he was, he would always have his guitar with him. Like, even if he was having a dump, he would be playing.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, with I think The Last of Us is one of my favourite soundtracks. I'll quite regularly listen to that. And The Last of Us, he actually deliberately had like an out-of-tune guitar, like an acoustic guitar. It sounds so good. It sounds so eerie.
There you are, your favourite song in the game.
Oh yes, I love this soundtrack. If you look on YouTube, you can see. I think the composer has a band called the Black Mages.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, I just got an achievement.
And he plays all these soundtracks with it, and seeing him play on the keyboard is fucking fantastic. If I were to try to learn at least one song on the keyboard, it would be this. It's
fuck.
It is fuck. It is a fantastic soundtrack.
I hate her limit breaks, man. 46, fucking waste.
I guess one of the most difficult things of like game soundtracks, more than anything, must be the fact that they have to be loopable.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, for you, Stevie, in your experience, maybe you never even get to see or hear about it. When does the soundtrack come into place?
As soon as we physically can get it in, because it's such an important part of the game.
I mean, yeah. I mean, this may be a very simplistic view on it, but like, I'm guessing that racing games don't have as much of importance because the fact.
Oh, they do.
No, I'm not saying that they don't not relevant, but the fact is. But the
Did you just come?
No, I just took a fuck ton of damage.
Yeah, but you're all right. You've got 2/3 of your health. But in terms of like, but like racing games.
Not again.
Timing isn't as much of an it, surely. I mean, like in terms of like the gameplay and stuff, like because, if you're playing something I don't know. I'm sorry, I've not played your games, but like for the fact is,
how dare.
But if you play something, I'm going back to an old example again, but if you play Metal Gear Solid, for example, as soon as you get noticed or get discovered when you're trying to hide from someone, the music will immediately change.
Yeah.
So that will have an impact on it. But will racing games don't have that limitation? Don't have that restriction? Well, we'll find out what Stevie has to say on that matter next time. See you guys later. Bye.
Wow, that sure was something. I don't know what it was, but hey, you must have liked it. So why not hit like and subscribe, and hit the notification button so you'll find out every time we upload new content. You can find even more of our stuff on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and don't forget Twitch and Mixer where we stream live. You'll find all the links below. See you guys next time.